Well, hey, Mount Gilead, thanks so much for taking a few minutes out of your day to learn a little bit more about our discipleship pathway that our adult ministry team has been building here over the last 8 months. Now, as many of you know, we've seen an unprecedented number of baptisms here over the last few months, and we continue to see new people coming to Mount Gilead for the very first time every single week. Now, we know that God is working in a very real and a very powerful way here at Mount Gilead, and we want to do everything we can to move in the direction that God is taking us in this exciting season. Now, last week, Jeff, our lead minister, briefly explained our discipleship pathway in his sermon, and he promised that we would release this short video, giving the pathway a little more context and explanation. And so this video, hopefully, will give each of you a little more information about what the discipleship pathway is and how you can be a part of it moving forward. Now, to start, let me give you a very basic definition of what the purpose of the discipleship pathway is. Now, a pathway is designed to help anyone, regardless of your faith background, grow into Jesus' command that we become disciple makers. The pathway is by no means the only way for someone to grow into a disciple maker, but it is the path that we can provide for you to take here at Mount Gilead if you're looking for a little help on your faith journey. It's designed to take someone from having no faith or belief in Jesus on a journey to becoming a disciple maker. Now, we've been implementing sections of this pathway in a very intentional and discreet way over the last 8 months to allow us to learn and make improvements to the pathway along the way. While not all parts of the pathway are completely ready to launch yet, we feel like we're ready to at least give you an insight to what it looks like. Now, as I explain this to you, keep in mind that each of you individually is at a different place in your walk with Jesus, and that for many of you, not all parts of the pathway are intended for you to participate in. So as you hear and see these sections, do some self-evaluation to help you determine what part of the pathway is the next best step for you. Now, the first step in the pathway is something called Beyond Sunday. This is a one-time event designed for someone brand new to Mount Gilead, brand new to faith, or for someone who would not consider themselves a Christian. The intention of Beyond Sunday is to allow someone to make themselves known to us and to connect with other people who are the same place you are here at Mount Gilead. So if you've only experienced a Sunday morning worship experience here and nothing else, Beyond Sunday is a great step for you to take in the pathway. Now, after Beyond Sunday, the next step in the pathway is a 9-week short-term group called Trust and Follow Jesus. Now, this is not a class, and it's intended for new believers and for non-believers to build a strong foundation of faith, to build community among other new believers, and to understand what it means to follow Jesus. If you've been following Jesus for a long time, Trust and Follow Jesus is not a step that you would want to take. Now, these short-term groups actually meet right here at Mount Gilead on Sunday mornings during different seasons, also during both services. After Trust and Follow Jesus, the next step in the pathway are simply called groups. Groups are small communities of believers that meet together outside of Sunday mornings in a wide variety of environments. The purpose of groups is to gather together with other people to learn what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. Groups are where you build connections and friendships with other people and are great environments to really grow you and mold you into becoming the disciples that Jesus wants you to be. Now, groups are not intended to last forever and should stay together no longer than 3 years. Groups that are on mission will multiply leaders and birth new groups within those 3 years. The last step in our pathway are something that we are calling a microgroup. Now, this is a part of the pathway that our adult ministry team is just now starting to build. Microgroups are gender-specific groups of 3 to 4 people, and they're laser focused on helping disciples of Jesus learn how to become disciple makers. These are high accountability, high responsibility, and super intentional groups that are designed for Christians that are serious about learning how to help someone grow into a disciple of Jesus. Now, regardless of where you are in your faith journey, Know that there are opportunities for you to either participate in the pathway as well as opportunities for you to lead others in the pathway. The discipleship pathway is for everyone. And our hope is that everyone that calls Mount Gilead home will either participate in or lead in the pathway in some fashion. If you have any questions about the pathway or want to talk more about one of those steps, please find me on a Sunday morning or email me here at church. I'd love to talk more about it.